About the first hearing. What came out today? And I understand it's still going on.
Yes, good afternoon to you. We're coming to you from Wales Street in Cape Town, where the inquiry is continuing. Mariska Botha, as you mentioned, was first up, and they had a lengthy discussion with him. They had a very long session where various issues were raised, and one of them was, as you mentioned, he said that people, in his opinion, it seemed that people were being punished for not voting for the DA, and that's why land was not made available. And he also testified that this issue goes as far back as 2007, when a section of the area where the people lived burned down. The people were promised that they will be moved to other land. That didn't happen. And eventually the anger was over, and the people actually approached him and said that they're going to occupy this land. And he actually warned them. He said to them, you cannot do it. It belongs to SANRAL. It's private property. It's earmarked for the building of a road. But the people didn't listen, and they, of course, invaded the land. And then what happened was people were evicted brutally on the 2nd and 3rd of July. He testified, among others, that it was very brutal. And the last time that he saw such action by security police or police themselves was during apartheid, where people were forcefully removed from the land. Many people lost all of their possessions. And he said it was a very upsetting encounter. And he also feels, in his opinion, this could have been prevented if certain meetings did happen that he requested about a year before the evictions happened.
But Mariska, any investigations into these allegations at this point, or they're going to wait for the inquiry to continue?
Well, like the inquiry told us today, the chairperson told us today, the aim of the inquiry is to actually come to the root of the problem and to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. So what they're busy doing now, they're on a fact-finding mission, and of course they will follow up everything that's been submitted to them today, looking into all these kinds of claims and seeing what can be done about it, and to, of course, prevent something like this happening again.
All right, and Mariska, moving forward, what can we expect moving further?
This afternoon, one of the well-known figures in Cape Town, Lwandle of the Seskona People's Rights Movement, he's also one of the people who testified, and he says he was contacted by the people when the eviction started, and he gave them advice and said to them, well, the police need a court order or an eviction order to be able to go ahead and do that. And he also went ahead and testified that there was no such thing, there was no court order for the people to be evicted. And he also says that the eviction was illegal. And then, of course, they're still continuing with their submissions now. They're hoping to end within the next hour. And then, of course, tomorrow, SANRAL will be appearing before the inquiry. And then also the National Department of Transport will also be giving their 2 cents worth. The Commission will be questioning them tomorrow on what exactly.
Thank you so much. That's Mariska Botha live to us from Cape Town.